Hey guys, RTT back here for that video. Guys, this is something I did not expect Apple to actually go ahead and work on. So usually the MacBook Pros are the big dogs when it comes to the Mac laptops. We see them being the most powerful units, having the most storage, all that kind of great stuff. And the MacBook Air is more or less just what the name is, Air. It's the Air model. It is very light, doesn't have that much compact into it, and it's very much just for hey, if you had to type some articles from work for school, whatever the case, it's a really just surf the web type device, right? Now, this is interesting because it looks like Apple is trying to go ahead and create a high-end version of the MacBook Air. So I'm not sure what this will entitle because, again, like I said, the MacBook Air has always been a very light device. So you start putting hardware in there that's really heavy, you're kind of just getting a MacBook Pro that you're calling an Air. That's kind of all that is concept-wise. Now, most likely this unit will go ahead and have the same screen design as this picture shows of the MacBook Pro, the brand new MacBook Pro. It will also probably have MagSafe. We're talking about probably Touch ID on the keyboard, just like the MacBook Pros will have coming out later this year. Most likely September. The iPhone 13 is rumored to be around September, so we should see the rest of this come out around September 2. That is right now the expectations that we're going to see new MacBooks and iPhones come out around September, which honestly is going to make this a very, very interesting September with all this content coming out. So the high-end MacBook Air will feature 2 USB-C ports and more powerful Apple silicone chip, according to German. The chip will apparently be a direct successor to the Apple M1 chip. So like before, yes, we could see an M1X chip in a MacBook Air. Now, it's kind of interesting, okay? So, obviously, the MacBook Air is getting the M1 chip. That's already powerful, right? That's already way more powerful than the previous M1 or the previous MacBook Airs. Now you put an M1X chip in there, which is faster and more powerful and more cores than the M1 chips. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's getting to a point where even the lowest model, as we see here, could be eventually getting a very powerful unit. So it had the same number. The chip was apparently to direct successor of the Apple M1 chip, M1X, featuring the same number of computed cores, but it will run faster. It's also expected to see increase in graphics cores from 7 to 8 to 9 or 10. So yeah, better CPU in this. Most likely more RAM. Probably the same similar type when it comes to storage options. It's interesting. I don't know how to feel about this because usually, again, like I said, usually the MacBook Air is the more cheaper of the two. Like, you get the Air because it's cheaper rather than getting the MacBook Pro, which is more professional and more, power hungry. The Air has never been a very, on the most expensive end. So, will this raise the price of the Air is the question. And I don't think it will because I don't think they're going to put too much, power into this. Obviously, the M1X and M1 does come with its own RAM, right? It comes with its own GPU. So, not RAM, sorry, GPU. I don't know why I said RAM. GPU. So we know that it does come with that at least. So I don't know. I'm gonna guess this increases the price just a slight bit, but Apple is still gonna most likely keep the idea that this is a cheaper product. So we might see a more expensive price gap on the brand new MacBook Pros if this is coming out too. If this comes out when that comes out, then most likely we're going to see a more expensive MacBook Air price than we're going to see a way more expensive MacBook Pro price because it has to balance it out. They have to keep it so that the Air is always the cheaper option, right? So anyone who just wants to buy this just for a cheaper option, this is the cheaper option. So tell me down below, guys, your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.